Alright guys, Ken here, your thrifty apprentice, and welcome back to the channel's version of a crafty corner. Today we are going to be constructing these beautiful art journals. This is what I call the see-through cover art journal. As you can see straight through the covers to the signature cover. So all of our decorating is actually going to go on the signature cover underneath the actual cover itself. Afterwards, we'll come back and we'll take a look at all of the journals up close. Let's get started. To start, we're going to work on this see-through cover. Now, you can use different things to create your see-through cover. Here I have an lamination sheet. You could also use like the little acetate covering that comes on colored pencils, watercolor pencils, even some watercolor sets. Like that would be nice to use. You could use one of the see-through file folder holders, like the plastic from the front of a toy box for like figurines. Anything that's plastic and see-through that has a little stability to it. Now, I've chosen lamination pouches because of what I wanted to do with the particular cover. Although I wanted it to be see-through, I still wanted to put some design to it. So let's jump right into this. Now, I've taken an lamination sheet and I'm going to open it to the inside. And I'm going to actually design a pattern paper on the sheet before I put it through the machine. I'm going to use some inks here. I have Ranger Archival. And then I have, and that's in black. And then I have a Hampton Art. I think I got this from Walmart. It doesn't have the color on it, but it's like a green, sort of a olivey greenish color. But it's really cute for like antique-ish looking things. Yes, another butterfly design, whatever. I love them. That's my business. I think I should put a sheet of paper. Now this is a little, yeah, I'm gonna put a sheet of paper back there so you guys can see what's going on. I'm just gonna start off with a stamp right in the middle of a butterfly. It's gonna be black, and there. That's how I'm gonna start that. This, the lamination sheets actually take the ink really well. So I'm gonna start off by stamping butterflies all over, just like I'm making a regular pattern paper. Now I'm gonna stamp some of these roses, and I'm gonna try to see if it's gonna hold. Stamp those in different directions as well. That ink is really light, I like that. So this is just a different way to create pattern papers. We do this quite often when we're making journals on the channel. The roses are just gonna be like really simple accents to the butterfly. I really wanna kind of use the one with the postal stamp in it. I like the way that looks with butterflies. So I'm gonna grab it, and I think we're gonna make sure we get black ink on that. And this will be the last thing we add. Okay, I think I like that. That's gonna be cute. So let's just get that all over the page, and then we're gonna call it a day on. And we're kind of stamping it in the areas where the roses are. And if it should cross over the rose, I think it'll just give it sort of a collage-y element look. So I'm good with that. I think that's it. That's all we're gonna do for the cover. I'm gonna close this up. Give this just a few seconds to sit and dry. Make sure that everything is okay. Then I'm gonna close it up, run it through the lamination machine, and then we'll come back because I'm sure that this was a little blurry just because the camera may be having a hard time focusing in on all this craziness that's going on. Here we have our see-through art journal cover. As you can see, that came out really nice. The stamping is encased on the inside, which is why I chose to use the lamination sheet for this. It's going to be sturdy and durable because it is plastic, and all we have to do is decide which side we want for the front. do believe I want that to be my front. And then we're gonna fold that in half. Definitely gonna need a bone folder for this. Crease that fold down. If you don't have a bone folder, you can use the end of your scissors or something really stiff. And I'm gonna flip that over and I'm gonna crease it, you know, bone fold that crease again. There we have our see-through cover. And just so you guys can see what something would look like behind that. So that's what the cover looks like. All right. So now we're gonna move on to designing the signature cover. For this next step, you can let your imagination just really run wild. We're gonna create a signature cover. These art journals are pretty straightforward. You have your see-through cover, you have a signature cover, and then you have your mixed media or watercolor pages bound in. And that's pretty much it. You know, it's a really straightforward, really cute, and utilitarian art journal. For the actual signature cover itself, I'm just using a regular size of copy paper that I have splattered with, I think this was coffee. Yeah, from the staining, from the darkness of the stain, I'm gonna say it was coffee. So I'm just using this actual sheet as my signature cover. You can use whatever you like. You can use cardstock, you can use pattern paper, you could use artwork that you have. Whatever you decide you want to do, you can take this in so many different directions. This is just the idea that I have for these particular journals. So I'm going to use the side that has the heaviest coloring, and I'm just going to fold this in half. Let's just check to see what that looks like behind our cover. Okay, I think I like that. I do. I quite like that a lot, actually. Now, I could just leave it that way, bind in the pages and put on a closure and call it a day. But I'm gonna take it a little further like I did with the other journals. And here you can use your focal images can be lots of different things. They can be stickers, they could be die cuts, it could be anything that you choose. Now, I've torn this image from one of my decoupage magazines. I thought that it was really nice. It would serve really cute as a focal image. And I've already torn it down to fit the page so that there would be a bit of a border there. I don't want this to have the harsh black line, so I'm going to actually use that green ink that we stamped the roses with, and I'm going to use that to ink up the edges of my focal image. I want to go ahead and attach the other things to the focal image. I found one of these little stickers. They come in the little flip set. So this little ephemera set off of Amazon, and I just thought it was so neat. Like, it's this little booklets, all these little booklets. They have all these different designs and images and wordings and sayings, and they're all stickers. They're all stickers, and there's like 6 different books, 6 different themes. Like I said, I got this off of Amazon. If I can remember, I'll try to link this in the video description in case anybody is interested. But it has so many different themes and just beautiful little images that you can use in your journaling, collaging, or your designing, or even for your art journal pages, because I use a lot of stickers in my art journaling as well, excuse me. But this little image, which I love, came out of one of those booklets, and it says, "Embrace the glorious mess that you are." And I love that message. So I am going to ink that up. Yep, I'm gonna ink that bad baby up. Give it a little grunge as well. This video comes out, I'm doing this video today, which is Saturday. And I'll be sharing it with you guys on tomorrow's, because this is for the Sundays. video. So let's see if we can get this off here. I also have, you guys know I love my butterflies, so don't talk about me. But I also have this little gold butterfly that I want to add to the page. I think that's going to make it really, 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 really cute. And then I've also decided that I want to add one of the sentiments from the sentiment sticker sheet that I have here. First things first, I want to grab some glue. And now here you could actually use PVA glue. If you had it in like one of those needle nose dispensing bottles, that would probably be ideal. Now I'm just going to use the glue that I already have in my little dispensing bottle because I don't have any like school glue. I do believe this is Fabrifix, but you can use regular PVA white glue or a white water-based glue. Just put it in a fine applicator. It'll make it easier, or you could brush it on, or however you choose, but you can actually use that. Now, you use whatever image you want. This little butterfly is actually a cake decorating butterfly. My partner runs a cake decorating business, and I have access to all of his little leftover doodads and little gizmo bobs, stencils and things of that nature. And instead of throwing them away, we utilize them. I utilize them in journal making. So I'm just trying to get, and now you can see why these little thin applicator bottles are so wonderful. See how I'm able to get that glue on such tiny little areas. Now all we need to do is adhere this to our backing page. Now, I was thinking, do I want to sew? I did not sew in the other two journals. I think this would be so cute, so I think I'm gonna sew. Sorry guys, I have to sew. So, if you don't have a sewing machine, you do not have to sew. Spoiler alert, guys, I got a new sewing machine today for my birthday. I'm so excited. I haven't taken it out the box. I'm still going to be using my old machine. And I'm probably going to use the old machine a lot, you know, especially for paper crafting. The new machine, I'm definitely going to put it to use with some clothing projects. Let's see. Yeah, that's about even. All right. Although I didn't do sewing on my other one, I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and I'm just going to sew around the front panel to adhere my focal image down. Okay, so I am binding my journal, because this is an art journal I'm making, with, this is actually watercolor paper. This is going to be Canson XL 140 pound cold press acid free watercolor paper, because I still have some stacks of it in backstock that I need to get rid of as I move into using only 100% cotton papers, because of course I can't throw this away, and I do use a lot of it for practice pieces, but it is a pretty decent student grade paper that you can do a lot of different techniques on it, and I've been using it for years. I don't find any issue with it. I do like the XL paper better than their mixed media artist paper, although that paper does take a licking and keep on ticking. Maybe I will bind a couple of journals with it, because it is their artist series paper. Now, I still believe it's cellulose because it doesn't say anything about containing any cotton in it, but I have created on it before. I normally use it for water-soluble oil pastels, ironically enough. So I'm just going to go through and fold all of these. I have 5 sheets, which is going to give me 20 book pages. I think that's more than enough. That's about the minimum number of pages that I'll put in any journal I bind. Here we have that, and we're just going to fit those. Just going to cradle those inside each other and make a sandwich. Again, this is going to give us 20 pages, and we will have some protrude. that we will have to cut down. Now, some people put their pages for their signature before putting it in the signature. I personally don't. I don't see the point. That's just me. I've done it that way before, though. So definitely not saying anything bad. All right. Now that I have that, I want to go ahead and fit my signature cover, because it is going to actually be slightly bigger than my watercolor pages, which is what I want actually. So I'm going to get that center. There we go. Get that in position. And now I am going to sit that directly in the cover, and the watercolor pages should fit the height exactly, just like that. And then I will just get that clipped into place with a bull clip. I got a big one here. And that is going to allow me to trim the watercolor pages to be the length of the actual journal cover, which is longer than the signature cover. That way we're going to get some layering there. I'm just going to get that as even as possible. I want to try not to cut through the cover. Hold that firmly in place. And then we're going to cut slow and firm. And I'll move it as they come off. Slow and firm until we get through all the only cuts we have to make. Nice and clean and even. And there you'll be able to see your journal cover reveals everything on the inside. Is that not gorgeous? I love that. Oh my God, I love that. I am so in love with this journal. These journals, the clear covers, those are so good. So now we need to move on to binding. Throw on a closure. We're gonna wrap this on up. To bind, you can use a hole puncher if you have one that has an arm long enough to reach throughout your journal, if you choose to. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way, and I'm going to use an awl. So here's what we'll do. We will open up to the center, and we will make sure, well, first, let's make sure it's all in there even. And then we'll just open up to the center, hold that in place, and lay a clip. We won't clip that inside because I don't want to put any marks on the paper. So I won't put that gate down. We'll do this side. I'll put the back gate down towards the cover. All right. So now you can make a template if you want to. I'm going to eyeball this. I've shown you guys how to do this many different times. So you can always go check out any of the other journaling videos and jump to the binding section to figure this out. If I can remember, I will link a video showing how to do this whole process. But basically, I'm just going to use my awl, and I'm going to place 3 holes, one in the center, one at the top, one at the bottom, in order to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I've chosen black embroidery floss as for my binding. So, and I've threaded it through my needle already. I'm just going to go ahead and bind this. So there, we have that bound. 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Bound our papers in there. And there we have plenty of room to do all of our art creation. And I really love these journals. I think they turned out really nice. So now all we have to do is put a closure on. And because it's an art journal, I'm not going to do all of the normal embellishments and taggart-y. Now, if it was an art book or I mix an art journal and a junk journal, I would be doing that. But since this is just a straightforward art journal, that is pretty much we're going to make us a closure, and we're going to be able to wrap that up. For the closure, you can do many different types of things. You can create your own closure. Just remember, if you're going to put any type of holes into the see-through journal cover, I would suggest put some type of reinforcement around that hole so that it doesn't tear. I didn't want to have to worry about that with these journals. You could create the type of closure that we created with the last journal when we did the easy fabric sew journals. If you guys remember, I create a lot of these. I have a lot of these on hand for really quick journal bands, because with them being black, they're universal. You can pop a stone on the front or ephemera or some type on the front, and you'll have a nice little journal closure that way. For these, this time, I'm keeping this really simple. I am using ribbon. I do not use ribbon for journal closures much. As a matter of fact, this is probably the very first journal that I'm using ribbon as the closure. I typically use like, if I'm gonna use a tie, I typically make it out of muslin, right? But we're gonna make this one out of ribbon. So I'm just gonna clamp that down. I think I'm gonna put another clamp on that. Yep. And then we are just gonna measure out how much ribbon we need. We're gonna tie a bow. I think the black looks really, really elegant. So I'm just gonna measure out, and it may be beyond the camera. Okay, all right, let's just unclamp it here. And there you have it, guys. See-through art journal. Simple, straightforward, easy to construct, very, very effective. Very effective. Look at that. All right. That's pretty much the journal construction, guys. So for those people who are only here to see the actual construction of the journal, as always, I want to say thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you guys next video that you decide to join. Don't forget to hit the subscription and then the notification bell so that you'll know when those videos come out, because I'm always trying to come up with new journal ideas for you guys. From those of you who are interested, stay tuned. Right behind this, we're going to take a look at the other journals along with this one. So I hope everyone had fun constructing our journal today. I really, really, really love these. I think they are so nice. We're going to take a little closer look. Now, of course, you guys know how the one we constructed in the video looks. So I won't pull that one apart and look in. But I really love this effect. And you know, it kind of looks like land mask. You know, I just think that's so cool. I love this idea, and I really hope you guys take it and run with it. So let's take a look at this one. Now, this was the first one I made. I'll retie these after the video. So I'm just gonna pull that off. Now, this one has butterflies and a purple daisy on the inside of that cover. Those butterflies are just that was die cuts from a piece of pattern paper that I had left over. Here, the focal image on the signature cover is actually another one of those butterflies from the cake decorating kit. The cake decorating shop actually has some really cool things that you can use in the journal. It's crazy. Here, mixed media was just the offcut of a mixed media pad once the paper was used out of it. And the actual paper that was used as the signature cover is watercolor dyed with, I think I used fuchsia and red, and I just kind of dyed it through a stencil on the paper. The back is not as vibrant as the front, but it's still really, really nice. And then it's bound with this is bound with mixed media paper. This is 90-pound universal pad by Creative Mark mixed media paper. I use it all the time. It is a very robust paper that takes a lot of different products. I really like it. So that's that one. And then now, let's just take it. I really love this one, guys. I really do. I just think you can do so many different things with this idea. You can I mean, it just really depends on what you stamp inside the clear covering. And forgive the glaring, but this one has the Paris stamps, the script. It has clocks in it. It's really, really pretty to me. And it lays really well on top of the focal image on the signature cover. I just think that looks really gorgeous. That's what the back looks like. Of course, that same stamping is inside the see-through cover. Now, this signature cover is actually the offcut of a file folder from the office. And this is, again, I want to say, wait, this might be water. Yeah, this is Canson. This is Canson XL watercolor paper in this one. Live your dreams with passion. So this art journal is bound with watercolor paper. Live your dream with passion. And then here we have a little Eiffel Tower, and then a decoupaged lamp that has script on it, which I think goes wonderful with the script in the cover. I really, really like these, guys. I think this, you can just run wild with it. I would love to see what you guys do with this idea if you decide that it's something you're gonna do. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully you saw something in this video that you found helpful, that you can pick up on, that you can expand on. If you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, please. That would be much, much appreciated and help the algorithm. Sharing. Remember that sharing is caring, and maybe someone else out there would love to see this information. Go ahead and subscribe if you really like the things that you see going on. Hit the notification bell so you'll know when the new content comes out. Follow us on all the social media sites. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. That's the Thrifty Apprentice. We have a Facebook sponsored group. Paints, pencils, pastels, and markers, where we do all things artsy and crafty. I need to get in there and do some posting. I like to post reference photos in there in hopes that people will kind of grab those reference photos and maybe do some painting. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a weekly challenge, or throw a challenge in there as well, because I have some products that I have some duplicates of. I don't mind sharing. Yeah, so yeah, all those good things, guys. And remember, as I tell you at the end of every single video, check out the video description. There are plenty of links to a lot of different things that you might find helpful, from the Etsy shop, where these journals will be listed in the next day or so, to most recommended product lists for art supplies that I have tested and reviewed that I think are really great quality and good value on the pocket. So lots of things. And remember, as I tell you at the end of every single video, just keep painting and crafting.